In 1932, God moved some folks to start Millar College of the Bible out in Pembroke, Saskatchewan. And over the years, God has been very, very kind to Millar, and in 2012, God allowed us to open our second campus. We're located in an unbelievable part of Canada. We're about 15 minutes outside of Salmon Arm, surrounded by beautiful mountains, right on the shores of Shuswap Lake. And the context of our college campus here affords the opportunity to our students to engage in some really neat activities. Climbing and hiking, camping, canoeing, mountain biking, and skiing, snowboarding are just some of those things that our students get to engage in, and they love that part of campus life. The truth is, though, that our campus out here in BC, at the very core, is exactly like our campus out in Saskatchewan. The integral model of education strives to develop the whole person, not just the mind, but the heart, maybe more importantly, the heart. And each of these four parts to this model of education hold equal value. And through intentional mentoring and interaction with staff, we desire our students to develop in each four of these areas. The first area is that of Bible knowledge. We want our students to understand the scriptures. We want them to know good theology. We want them to understand what God says about himself in the context of the scriptures.
Something that God has been teaching me about himself has just been the gospel. It's been hammered into us, and just his immense love for us, and just been really coming to understand it.
He loves to forgive. I've been forgiven so much since I've came to Millar that it's crazy. He loves to forgive.
God is just teaching me about his love, how he always cares for us and loves us, and just no matter what we do, he's always there to forgive us and just to bring him back to himself.
He's not in just the big things, he's in the small things of everyday life too.
God is teaching me about his sovereignty and just how he's in everything, and how he's with us every moment of the day and everything.
The second part of our integral model is character development. We desire that the Spirit of God would form Jesus, the character of Jesus, in our students' lives.
I've been convicted so many times this year from the things that I've been learning in classes that I have to rethink my whole way of life.
God is using the things I'm learning here at Millar to change my life, and just learning to have a more Christ-like attitude no matter what I'm doing, whether it's sports or just being at home.
Some examples of things God has been doing in my life is just different things in my character that have changed since coming here, and just different fruits of the Spirit that have been amplified.
God's been using what I've been learning here at Millar in my life outside of Millar, going home and seeing my friends who are not necessarily walking with the Lord, who have walked away.
This year what I'm learning a lot about is to follow, to look to the characters of the Bible, to mentors that I have here or elsewhere, and just find out how can I follow, how can I learn.
He's brought me so much closer to himself and give me a passion to actually go out and apply that in the real world too.
The third aspect of our integral model is relationships. We desire that, first of all, our students' relationship with Jesus would be growing deeper and deeper, but then that it would flow out into their horizontal relationships.
The best thing about living in community is definitely the dorm life. I just get the opportunity to encourage girls, and I get the opportunity to be encouraged by everybody around me, and just to have a lot of fun.
Because not every day is a great day, but we get to lift each other up and to encourage each other along in our daily walk.
You just have a body of believers around you at all times, and it's just super encouraging whenever you have problems, or even when you're happy that someone's there to celebrate with you.
Our community development, the opportunities that we have being in the area that we're in are just incredible.
Especially with the dorm life, just a lot of fun all the time. Got a really solid dorm, and just the community living, tons of amazing people here.
Living here in community on campus is amazing. Being able to be with professors and mentors, people who are older and wiser, who are always at your hands while you're learning and growing and processing.
The fellowship that we get to have in such a close-knit community, and how awesome that is.
The fourth facet or part of our integral model is that of life skills. We desire that our students would take the things that they've learned in the classroom, the things that they've learned in the context of their field ed in the local church, and then apply them to their everyday life.
The field ed piece is really important. It's helping me see the faith of a child, and to remember that no matter what I'm called to, whether it's preaching or teaching or coming alongside a young man, it's going to help shape me into the man that God wants me to be.
I feel that I've been learning that God has set my heart in youth ministry, that being able to mentor the kids and to serve and to lead them is something what I want to be doing.
It's teaching me that I need to get out of my comfort zone and just go to people and instantly show Him through my life to them.
Because I did not get the field that I necessarily wanted, but God's been teaching me that His plan and where He wanted me is so much greater.
I'm learning that instead of coming in and taking control of the situation and just like bossing everyone around, I'm being more of a servant.
God is using my field ed to help me grow in the way that I get to teach the kids in what I'm learning, so I get to actually use what I'm learning and apply it to life.
God is using field ed to help me grow with my walk in Him by pushing me out of my comfort zone to get something done that He wants accomplished.
Our vision at Millar is to develop relevant, passionate servants of Jesus Christ who are shaped by the entire Scriptures. And the foundation, the groundwork under all of that is God's infallible, His inspired, His inerrant Word.
Regardless of whether you feel like you're supposed to go into ministry or whether you're not sure what exactly God's call in your life is, coming here is more than just learning the tools for working in ministry or vocational ministry. It's the tools for life.
It's hard, it's challenging, but you grow so much in your relationship with God and your relationship with others. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Don't look at the past. Don't look at where you've come from, how you've been raised. Look at the future that God has for you. This is an educational piece that you will use in everyday aspect of your life.
I would say that though it's challenging, it's certainly worth it because it's completely life-changing.